We're not 100% sure, but we're 90% sure. And the microphone should be working. We got Matt on the camera. We're tag teaming it today, remembering how to set this action up and get the camera right. And maybe, Matt, just show them this table real quick. I mean, look at all this action. There's a lot to be figured out in here, and I don't know it all. Matt knows most of it. Bess knows a lot of it. And we're always learning and growing and figuring it out as we go, as glass blowers do. And we're live, and it sounds good. We're good. So there we are, folks. It's a beautiful day. It's 90 degrees here in Michigan. We're straight. We skipped springtime. We're into summertime. It feels great. None of the holes are on. We're doing other tasks today and handling a bunch of other business. If we take a quick zoom up there, we can see that the first few panels of the ceiling have been painted, and that's a project that we've been working on for the past couple months, so we're still kind of scraping, painting, moving along, and taking it a day at a time. In other news, the Gathering Point was a big success on Tuesday. It was a great show, calm and relaxing, and we did color, pattern, and design for a potential 2023 signature pumpkin. So if you guys know about the Glass Academy, you know we make a lot of glass pumpkins. This past year, and many of the years before that, we do a signature pumpkin of the year, and there's usually a donation portion to it, and it's one that's designed so that people can collect and get their yearly pumpkin. So last year was a beautiful periwinkle purple / lilac / pink pumpkin. This year, Michelle's saying that the color Celadon is real hot on the market. So we're looking at these, and we went with blues, and we tried a few different things. And we'll start with the first one that Chris made, which this one, as you look at its beauty and see what's going on and all the goodness, you can notice this giant crack right down in between two of the ribs there. That's a little something we call no good. This piece is not going to be for sale, but that probably either happened when he knocked it off, or the tip is right here of the stem. So perhaps we were spending a little bit too much time pushing on it and working it with the tweezers, and it cracked its way down. We didn't even realize it as we were putting it away, but it's all the way up to the bottom here, and this piece will not be making it. Otherwise, though, it is beautiful, and the stem came over perfect. You got a blue core, you got gold on the outside, and this crazy kind of woven pattern that Chris put into the pumpkin. That's a beauty right there, and that is a squasher, which means it leans to the side. That's a totally unique style of pumpkin, something we've been doing for a long time. That is a unique way to add a little variation to your patch. Little patch variation, folks. So that was a beauty there. All these pieces, none of them were for sale on the show. We've got these slips here. We got some pens and paper, and starting tonight at the happy hour that we're hosting, we're going to start having people vote on their favorite, and we'll add more as we go, but we're going to get a little bit of customer input as to what's hot, what people would like to see in their pumpkin patches. Number 2 was this guy with the crazy stem. The color pattern was a little something I mixed up before the show. We did a transparent, or we did an opaque blue bar color, gathered over it, and then put 2 layers of this blue, gold, and blue mix, color mix. So that was just like a little cocktail we put together before the show, a little of this, a little of that, swirled it up with our hands, and then layered it onto the piece. That's all just metals and minerals that make these different colors. But I really like this one. When it comes to a signature pumpkin, blowing out a bubble of bar color before you go for your actual pumpkin shaping or your color at all and encasing it is a pretty timely. This was probably the longest pumpkin of all 5 that we made on the show here. So it's not going to work for the signature pumpkin when we sell a bunch of signature pumpkins each year. We need something that's a little bit more efficient than the bar color, but I've already thought up a couple alternatives to this that would be really similar in color, style, and pattern. It wouldn't be as time consuming, but I really like this spotted action right here. And the stem's a honker. Oliver was getting it figured out and getting his stems dialed in on the show, but we totally wrangled it and made it work. And the beauty of glass pumpkins is that every single stem, every single body shape is created a little bit differently, and it's super cool. So that's a cool one right there. You can vote on that one, and we'd love to hear them in the chat, you guys, what you're thinking your favorite is, because a lot of you guys that watch our streams and enjoy the educational glass blowing aspect aren't going to be in the studio here to actually vote in person. So let us know in the comments. We'll document them there, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, and we'll go from there. Then Chris made a jumbo with a little different color pattern, and I will say it's different than I was expecting. He had multiple layers of color going on. He did encase this, 2 or 3 gathers that he did on it, but before iridizing it, it was a little bit more transparent. And so this is, it's a little more opaque. I like it a lot. I don't know if it's the signature one, but that's up to you guys to give us some input on. So notice on the stem here, clearly we had an iridescent blue on the top because all the ribs of the pumpkin are getting blingified. But you can also notice this color we used for this particular stem, this darker kind of silvery metallic color, is really touchy with the torch, and it looks like it might have been me blasting it. Spent a lot of time blasting it right there for the iridescence. Didn't spend any time coming up underneath, and you really need to spend at least 1 good second on every angle of that stem to get the whole thing to reduce evenly. Some people love that kind of handmade iridescent look. Some people want it to be completely iridized in one way or the other. But that's a beauty. Stem went on perfect. Oliver was having it pretty much figured out at this point. Oliver then hopped in and he wanted to add his own color pattern to the show. He made a pumpkinette, which turned out amazing, and he went for a little bit of marblage, which he went for like 3 or 4 different colors that he swirled up in the hole. Let the glass drip off the pipe and slowly kind of swirled it back up onto the pipe, so that it just naturally took and swirled the blues deeper into the piece on the outside and together. A little bit of white in there as well. And I also mentioned to him, you can see the transparency on the tips of the ribs, which comes from having the hole a little bit too hot. We had too much gas in there. It was still iridizing, probably from this piece here. So when you went for a long reheat on it, it burned away the white on the ribs, and it's kind of a pretty cool look, honestly. Did a great job on the stem putting that on there, got the motion down really good, and it's looking pretty nice. So that one's gonna be a tester as well, and then the giveaway turned out pretty darn incredible. I think maybe the color pattern could be swapped a little bit, so it's maybe got some more baby blues and some more celadons in there, but I love the twist here. The texture feels really good. The pumpkin shape is beautiful. It's nice and lively, full of energy, and the stem went on perfect. I love this shape when you got it coming out, up, down, and back around. It's got the full swoop, and then you got the full, almost full curl. We decided to lay it down the side instead of tucking it completely into itself, but turned out really good. Curious to see what people think of this compared to the other ones, and what their favorite pattern is, because there's a lot of stuff going on this table right now. Michelle just dropped off a little something we're doing for this entire month, a push for a Google review. If anybody leaves us a Google review, we're up to 10 since this morning. You guys will get a free twisty, so that's pretty cool. I'm not sure what the prices of the twisties are right now, but you guys know, and if you don't know, if you're new to the show, what these are. We've had these products for a long time. These are made like pulling candy cane. We use them. We use these for many different things. We also use them for our meditation globe hands-on class. But these are glued to a bale with our information on it. You can put them on your keychains. I don't have mine on me. Hang them from your rearview mirror. Wear them as necklaces. My grandma wears a really nice one on her neck. And they come in different shapes and sizes. So if that's something that interests you, getting a little token of the Glass Academy, shoot us a Google review. It's got to be at least some good amount of stars. Hook us up, but it doesn't have to be. Give us your honest opinion. We want to learn, so we appreciate you guys and all your feedback. I wasn't able to watch the chat, but I see comments coming in over here. Hope you guys are all doing amazing today. We're going to sign off here because in 3 minutes we've got an all-staff meeting with everybody, all hands on deck, which actually isn't even that many people here today. We got a lot of part-timers, so we're trying to keep the information cycling, but we got the boys in here, and we're going to get down to business, talk about what's coming down the pipeline. The GAS conference is coming up this week, which is the Glass Art Society. Huge, big event in Detroit, big deal. We're gonna be a part of some events. We're gonna keep you guys in the loop on that. The first thing you should know about though is Tuesday night. If you guys wanna swing by the studio during the live show, come say hi, meet some other local glass artists. We're gonna be doing a goblet show. It's all hands on deck. We're gonna have some light refreshments and we're gonna be kicking it. We don't know how long the show will go. May go into double extra overtime. I don't know. Depends on the heat. Depends on how everyone's doing. But we'll have 2 benches going. We'll be blowing goblets, getting experimental, and you should join us for it. Hope to see you guys then. Hope you have a beautiful day, and holler at us if you got questions. Thank you very much.